Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Now it's time for your weekend tech tip, brought to you by Chevy Silverado.
Now, if you're like me, not so tech savvy, well, this is why we use the Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week. We've got the app pulled up here on my phone. Now, I actually have an iPhone. This app works on the Android version as well, although I've never heard of that. Not sure exactly what an Android is, but you know, we all broke into the 90s a while back, but Nick is, you know, taking his time. Yeah, I'm just teasing.
I'm a developer, you know.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Okay, so at least on the iPad, or excuse me, the iPhone or the App Store, once you find Catch Zone, you just type it in, search it out, and it pops right up, and you can't miss it. Catch Zone, it's got the icon there that's just like on Nick's sweatshirt here.
Yep.
Once you actually have that pulled up, all you gotta do is hit get, right? And I'm gonna see if I can do that. And you can see, oh, look at the photos. Who's that? Are those your photos? Are those
that's part of the app too. There's also a social media feed on it too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you can share pictures and yeah, it's really, really cool.
So you can actually upload your photos to the app.
Yep.
And it'll go to all of your social medias, or
no? It has its own social media feed. So inside the app, it's kind of similar to any of the other social medias, Instagram, Facebook, where you can post a picture, people can go in, like, and comment, and so we're trying to build a community through this thing.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, going to give everybody to share it. And there's also a thing on here that's called a catch tag, where if people are interested in sharing where their fish is caught, they can. If they don't want to, they can just block it off and leave it just as a private.
Don't do that.
Yeah. So give me your info.
I need all the help I can get now. Come on now.
And that was one thing we didn't want to do was create an app where it's sharing information unless you want to share it. And
gotcha.
So it's a super cool thing. Just think we can build a community around it.
All right, so once you actually do that, you hit get, so it'll actually upload into your phone and get into your app system, right? So it pops up down here, and if I'm saying these things incorrectly, people that are younger than I am, feel free to call us up or share whatever it is you call, I don't know. Now it says App Store sign in, and
well, you would have to put your password in at that point, which you're not going to do on here.
All right, so pretty simple though. Once you actually do that, why doesn't it do it automatically? That's what I want to know. Probably because it's a new phone and I haven't updated it the way it's supposed to. I just turn it, it's like my fish finder, I just turn it on. I just see what it tells me. But there you go, it's relatively simple. So you can get it in the App Store for iPhones, right? And you can get, what do they call it for
same thing, App Store for the Play Store, the Google Play Store on Android. So
you can find that. Once you find it, is it expensive, inexpensive?
So
$64.99 a year.
Okay.
Yep.
$9.99 a month.
All right, so it's basically just like ours are on X, which is a number that I go like, thank you, just so that I can find out different information that is, like you said, very difficult to find because you have to go through a bunch of different apps to get there. If you have it all in one location, this is just going to save you time.
And it's something we are constantly updating and changing things
on. We do have some new things that are going to be on it real soon, too.
It's
like what?
Well, we're changing the whole
I'm
tide
putting Dave
feature.
on the spot.
Yeah, we're changing the tide feature a little bit on it, and then we're also going to have fishing reports and forecasts and predictions too for both states, for all areas.
Are you using the app yourselves?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is it something that you have found? They're not going to twist you. All right. Is it something that you found to this point? Because I'm assuming here that this is a progress. It's always going to be evolving based on different information that becomes available, what you find that your customers do and don't like maybe, or what gets used more or less than another feature. So these will be things that are going to constantly be evolving. But for you, what do you find using mostly? Let's say you're over on the coast most of the time right now, not always, but at least for now. Do you use something different in that app than, say, what Nick might use on the Willamette?
I mean, I'm probably using the weather page every morning when I get up, looking at my river levels and forecast and tide and all that. But actually, for me, I'm kind of excited about going out and going to other rivers and lakes and using the tricks and tips part and being able to go fish places that I haven't. I mean, I've been stuck in my rut down there for about 25 years, fishing the same area year round. So like for a guy like me, I mean, I haven't been to a lot of places, especially in Washington or here. So I'm kind of really excited about that part of it. just want to drive down the road at all auto pipes. I pull over and I see a river that looks great. I can just click right on it and it'll tell me everything that's going on. So I'm excited about that part.
Yeah, makes sense because there's a lot of rivers that are very, very different from the other. You can go 20 miles. You're going to get completely different regulations here in Oregon and Washington, of course.
So I'm looking forward to use it for exploring for myself.
Sure, okay, makes sense.
And there's another thing too, is this will work offline. So the catch zone feature, when you're out and about and you're out in the woods or whatever, you hike up a creek, you don't know what it is, and you catch a fish, you want to know if you can harvest it, it will pull up the data offline.
Interesting.
So it was another thing that we talked about. It's like, well, you don't always have service. So this, we made it so you could have service off of it as well.
That's very cool because I know that there's spots, especially in your backyard, in some of those smaller creeks. Cookie-ish, something is one of my favorites, and you never know what's actually available to you. Okay, bear with us. When we come back, we're going to continue to talk about the Catch Zone app, and we're going to talk some spring Chinook. What maybe Nick is going to be looking forward to now that he's going to be fishing on the Willamette, and of course, Dave along the coast. So stick with us here. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Yakima Bait, steeped in tradition, innovation, and fishing success. And by Procure Bait Sense, ruthlessly effective.